is legal and for the greater good. And he's like, what if I did become a villain? Would you just kill me like Humor and Rigaud? And he's like, if you become a villain, you leave me no choice.
Repeat!
I don't know, it's definitely an interesting scene for sure. But we're going to be skipping past it, so that's why I'm telling you about it instead of showing you. Because again, if you want to see the story, you really have to play through this for yourself. There's only one way you can truly experience a story.
Alright, let's go.
And that's by you doing it. You conserve mana. See, good thing I told her because she got attacked. Hey, stop that. And again, I'm not doing big combos because I'm trying to conserve my TP here. Get it back up to a respectable level. And the reason why we lost so much grade there is because I was using a fire weapon against the bats and they're resistant to fire, so I'll show you why having the Flameberg at this particular time isn't the best. This is just, oh, is the air grenade normal now? Blah blah blah, air grenade, blah blah.
You don't scare me.
All you need to know is all of the world's mana comes from those stones. And something has been causing them to produce too much extra. You fucking kidding me, dude? Oh, hold on, buddy. You don't just interrupt somebody and then get to run away. Dumbass.
That's over.
Nerve of some people. Pretty sure it's Raven cooking Scottish egg gets us that recipe. I should have learned it by now. He's at 3 stars.
This looks easy.
Don't get careless.
Yeah, I'm going to elect to not fight the bat because I am not the most efficient at killing it. On account of my weapon. Go on, you guys go and get him.
Hey, come on.
See, now we got positive grade.
All right. How about a
There we go.
I don't think so.
Okonomiyaki. That's actually pretty delicious, by the way. When I was in college, I made a fair amount of Japanese exchange student friends. And every year, so I was the president of my university's Japanese club, as a matter of fact. For 2 years, I think. I don't know. We didn't have it in our bylaws. I don't know if I was supposed to be president for that long, but I was. No one else wanted to step up to the plate. We did get one person who stepped up because I had plans to initially transfer universities to the University of Hawaii at Manoa because I wanted to get a degree in Japanese linguistics.
Sorry if I hurt you.
But I got really depressed and I couldn't stick it out. And the sheer amount of debt it would have put me in just to be able to study over there was ridiculous. So I could have stuck it out. I should have stuck it out, but realistically, I don't look forward because like that first loan alone was like $20,000 to have to be able to study there. Like a really ridiculous amount of money compared to what it was costing me to study here in my home state. So looking back, it was an experience to leave home because I'd never traveled far outside of the continental US.
Oh, there's
And
no
so that was the
challenge
first
at
time I'd
all.
ever been to
Don't get
Hawaii, which,
Cocky.
when you're depressed, even a paradise can seem horrible. And so my being there wasn't, I didn't really experience the majesty that I should have, probably, if I had been there with my family instead of having going there alone. Should have stayed away from me, dude.
To me.
That's what happens when I get serious.
That's what happens when you foolishly run up and attack somebody who's trying to kill one of your friends. You're just gonna die tired. But yeah.
Oh, there's
So,
no challenge
I
at
told
all.
that story
Don't
to
get
tell this story.
careless.
I've had okonomiyaki and it's really tasty.
Alright, who's next?
If I wasn't so introverted and shy
Let's
and
go.
bad about talking to people, I would have kept in better contact with them. But in my defense, they're just as guilty. Like, it's a two-way street. Even if I tried my hardest to stay in contact all the time, I've made quote-unquote friends from other countries that I've been the one to reach out to and say, hey, how have you been? And they don't, right back. But at the same time, that's like a, almost a childish way of thinking, because people are adults now and they have their own lives to lead, and you can't really blame them.
The cry of victory.
Wasn't what? Wasn't what, dude?
Repeat.
Yeah, I feel.
Should have seen this coming. I also need to see chain. Okay. Now this is my strongest weapon, however. So what I need to do is put chain on. Magic is completely useless for me, so it might change how much damage Guardian Field does.
Take cover.
Bring, bring. Like, please don't crash. That would be so great if you didn't do that. Get away. It feels like we want to run faster on the field, so maybe those wing boots make us run faster in general. But yeah, it's pretty tasty. Actually, I'm a big fan of Japanese food. And it's really healthy for you, apparently. Well, I don't know. I'm used to Americanized Japanese food, but the Japanese restaurant that we have here in my hometown is owned and run by Japanese people, so I assume it's pretty authentic. You maybe can't get seafood as fresh, living out here in the desert. But, I mean, that's just, how it goes. Okay, so
Not as many nights as I'd have guessed.
afterward, return to Helio and talk to the Tunir. Yeah, so the next side quest isn't even, we're not going to do until after all of this hullabaloo happens. Right, there is a boss fight. And it's the boss fight dun, 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 against Bellies. Spoilers. And the secret mission is, it's actually not too hard at all. But it does require a little finagling. It requires you to be fast and to not be interrupted by her. Hold on. Let's save first, because I'm pretty sure resting at the end is what's going to cause the next part of the game to happen. So, as per usual in these games, resting at ends is just a good way of moving this plot forward. That was sarcasm, by the way. Let's buy more of this. Pretty much I want to stock up on ingredients. We don't really need to stock up so much on the seafood. But egg and milk for sure, because that's our main recipe for getting back mana. Yeah, there are no places that have any strawberries outside of, let me see, so... Carol, still learning that. Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to do a grind episode. There's just no getting around it. Because I have tons of items that need to be synthesized, I have tons of skills that need to be learned, and that's only going to happen with a grind. That's one thing that I didn't really mention to that person that commented on my video talking about not needing to grind because you could just buy the DLC to insta-level yourself 40 levels, which I don't recommend doing, but I can't stop someone from doing it. You see, I'm not someone who's going to sit and talk in an echo chamber and say, like, oh, you're not a real gamer if you choose to do this or if you choose to do that. Like, fuck that.